Hello, everyone. RPG Kingdom Kid here, back with more 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim. In the previous video, we wrapped up Takatoshi's story, and holy crap, that ending was actually really good. The endings for most of these have been good. I kind of went on about all the endings at the end of the previous video, so it's like, okay, yeah. So I kind of gave like my thoughts and feelings about them, and of course I gave my thoughts and feelings about the endings, you know, as I played through them too. So yeah. So anyway, we are gonna wrap up Renya Gouto's story, but before we do that, let's look at all these scenes where I can kind of like maybe try to piece together what we will learn. Okay, so we're gonna see a log here. If you remember, when the last time we played as Gouto, he kind of teased that Morimura left a log for Okino. So my guess is that's what this log is. So, or something. Or maybe it's like the birth of the clones. Not the birth, but like the clones having like landing, quote unquote, where they're supposed to be. Or maybe we'll finally learn whoever the 15th person is. We still do not know that. It kind of makes me mad that we don't know who the 15th person is. So whatever. So that's my guess. Is like well, obviously it's like the end of the 2188 stuff. It's like that's either the last of 2188 or like the beginning, the true beginning of the 2104 sector thing. Okay, so that's that scene. And then okay, so what we learned was, yeah, Gouto and Chihiro came here. I can't remember exactly what they were looking for, but my guess is we'll see like my guess is the beginning of this next story will start here. Like this will be the scene we see after they come here. And then I don't really know where, like what really pertinent to him happens afterwards. If anything, I'll go back to Gouto's scene to just kind of see what that was all. Gouto's stories up there. And then, okay, so then we're going to get these two scenes about, like, you know, continuing on with his theories and such about, you know, baby Chihiro being Professor Morimura from 2188 and such. So we'll continue on with that. And then maybe one of these scenes will be him summoning his Sentinel for the first time. Because we haven't seen that yet, right? We haven't seen that. So I think he's the only one we haven't seen summon his Sentinel yet. Let me just check him out. Yep, okay, so that's definitely that scene. And then we'll see those scenes. And then, yeah, we'll see some more scenes. Okay. We're getting very close to the ending here, guys. We're getting very close. Let's actually kind of like see who all still has like what scenes left. So Kurabe should only have scenes at the end left. Yeah, okay, so he has 4. Same with Fuyusaka. Fuyusaka should only have scenes at the end. Yep, which is 3. Megumi should also have, like, everyone, majority of the people, maybe like one person probably doesn't have scenes at the end. And Sekigahara, he only has 1 scene left. So that's crazy. Sekigahara only has 1 scene left. Gouto, we've already saw his. Natsuno should only have a couple of scenes. Yep. Mira should only have scenes at the end. Yep. Takatoshi should only have scenes at the end left. Yep. I think Takatoshi and oh my god, what's his name? Jorabe. Combine the 2 names. Kurabe and Takatoshi are the only ones with scenes at the end, it seems. Okay, same with Ogata. Ogata should only have scenes at the end. Okay, yep, he also has 4 as well. Kisarage should only have scenes at the end. Yep, 3. Amaguchi should be only at the end with 2. Same with Takamiya with 2. Shinonome, I could probably see her being in that same scene. That's like early on with Gouto, but I don't think that's the case. And it doesn't look like that's the case. She only has 2 scenes left too. So yeah. Getting down to the wire here, Forks. We're getting down to the wire. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 scenes left before the final battle stuff happens, okay? We have 3 scenes left. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 scenes after that. My guess is this... not all of these will be somewhat of a epilogue. My guess is from here down will be epilogues. So these last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These last 5 scenes will be epilogues. This is my guess. Maybe this one too. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see, because we are going to wrap up Gouto's story, and I'm sure there's probably going to be like a, we'll do battle, and then they'll have like maybe like another section in the story be like, oh yeah, you can like check this out now. So let's begin, Gouto. We're now going to have a flashback maybe? Oh, nope, here it is, the logs.
This data is...
Kengo Ogata? Oh, is that Neji Ogata's father?
Is that you, Gouto? It's been a while.
Oh, shit.
The last time I saw you was 2 months before my death. Is that you, Gouto? It's been a while.
Ooh, it's you, voice actor.
Roughly a year ago, I think. Chairman Ogata. An AI construct based on Chairman Kengo Ogata. Why would this be in Morimura's files? I see. So this is how she managed to raise all those funds. She must have used this AI to access the Shikishima Chairman's hidden network. Not quite. I'm afraid that was originally my idea. The good Professor Morimura was only following my orders. So all of this was by design? Your design? Leaking the prototype nanomachinery to the black market. The catastrophic consequences. You're the one who exploited her. If you blame anyone, blame yourself. We were so close to losing Project Ark entirely. Now we must prioritize the project above all else. I'll finally have my second chance at life.
So remember back a few episodes ago, I kind of said how Tetsuya Ida, even though he's not... Okay, is that coming from... I think that's coming from the video, right? That has to be from the video game. Remember how I mentioned it's like, okay, even though Tetsuya Ida is not technically an antagonist, to me he's the villain. And I said this time and time again, I'll try to make this a little bit short. So he's like, yes, Okino is the cause of the kaiju, but he didn't mean to do it. He just did a shortcut, and that shortcut cost us. Morimura just tried to do funds for this project, and by doing so, she accidentally caused the apocalypse to happen with the nanomachine infestation. Didn't mean to happen. Unless this guy... Oh, before I can do this. Tetsuya Ida never cared about anything. He didn't care for the betterment of humanity. All he cared about was having Kisaragi, and that's all he wanted. So he's a giant asshole no matter what. This guy, he seems like a giant antagonist. And all so that he can have a second chance at life, it seems. Maybe he did know that, like, maybe he's like, hey, Morimura, sell those nanomachines. You just do that. Just do that. It'll be totally fine. Totally fine. Totally fine. Well, he's like, nope, it's gonna fuck them up. It's gonna fuck them all up. Again, maybe he didn't know that would happen, but probably did.
You were planning on downloading yourself into a clone. A brave new Earth is waiting for me.
Okay, yeah, no, he mentioned that.
What is Professor Morimura doing now? She's dead. By that hitman's hands, I presume. That's humanity. Self-destructive to the very end.
Is that Ben Diskin? Kind of sounds like Ben Diskin. Just by the... Because I like... Through this whole thing, I was like, man, he sounds so familiar. But now it's like, with this line he says, like, oh, that kind of sounds like Ben Diskin.
Only a few survivors left now. I give them 3 days at most. My deepest condolences for your imminent death. Shut up, Construct. Your project is over.
Shut up, Construct.
Unfortunately for you, the Ark is already set off. It's still within comms range. You don't have clearance. I refuse to let an AI control the future of humanity. survivors. The ones who would have clearance.
Okay.
So, suppose I
And I was right. I'm right. I was right. So it's like, you know, we do this in the final battle, then it's a continuation from this, and then this will be a continuation from this. Or this is a continuation from this.
am the professor. Then what?
I want to know the truth.
Right. Remember, he was like, you don't want us to survive. You want humanity to end.
I want to know the reasons behind all of this. But that seems unlikely. I imagine you're not inclined to tell me anything.
And why's that?
It'd be inconvenient for you if we had all the facts. Considering you're trying to eliminate us. From the very beginning, you never intended for this world to survive.
Nah, you want humanity to go extinct, bitch.
If Operation Aegis succeeds, a world reset will no longer be possible.
Right.
This operation goes against Professor Morimura's agenda. She will stop at nothing to prevent it. This refers to the humans who can control the UFO's mainframe.
Uh-huh.
Those compatible have nanomachines implanted in their bodies.
Actually, okay. This totally has nothing to do with what's going on. But you remember back when I unlocked that last thing of the mystery points. And I was like, oh, well, I guess there will be no thing for Project Dark. Project Dark could still be a mystery point. Not a mystery point thing, but a mystery thing. Mystery archive, whatever it's called. It can still be up there, because we had a few things from the last time we did the story of this being there. So, Project Arc could still be there, and we kind of will learn, like, oh yeah, this is what Project Arc is.
3 months prior to the Newman Inc. incident,
Okay.
Newman was acquired by the conglomerate Shikishima. With these interlocutors, apparently some kind of nanomachine information technology, they've become one of the world's top megacorps.
All right, talk,
You
child.
think I'm trying to destroy the world?
I do.
So you think I'm enabling the kaiju now?
I do.
Even though I've got more reason to hate them than any of you?
That is true, at least. You're clearly not on the kaiju's side. After all, they are a threat to your primary objective,
Which is what?
which would be to carry out the plan you formed in 2188.
Which is what?
However, that plan may now be untenable. The situation has deviated too drastically. Recall when I brought you to the underground UFO? I believe you said something like, it was out of your hands.
Okay. Let's recall that, which is probably is what happened after that scene of going back to 2108. With the daddies.
This is the mainframe of the UFO?
Yes.
Honestly, Okino-kun, you can't take anything else in life seriously. So why do you put so much time into all this?
Okino.
Just talking to myself. More importantly, look at this mess. Something unpleasant must have happened here.
Most likely. A Shikishima android. Probably left here by Ida-san.
That.
They've all been shot. External damage suggests the weapon was a phaser.
All right, what's your prognosis?
They're all out of commission. Too damaged to function.
I see. Let's get started then.
Is it really possible?
I have a fairly comprehensive grasp of this system. This abnormality all comes down to the decode, right? I should be able to get rid of it.
Why would Miss Morimura push for Operation Aegis if this was an option all along?
Well, you said it yourself. She's either being controlled by someone, or she could be trying to save herself.
That's not right.
Hold on a second. What? System. Yeah, the decode. Okay.
Hold on. That file system hadn't even been analyzed yet. How did you gain access?
I have a senior admin ID. Access privileges for the entire system.
You somehow got access to an account that high level?
Yes, I have my ways.
Okay, child.
This is no good. Sector 3's mainframe has been damaged in an attack. It's barely operational. I won't be able to process much here. Well, not much choice. I'll have to send direct instructions to the command ship.
Command ship?
The mothership in orbit. You can send commands directly to the UFO.
Is it? An Ark? Some grand design from the people of the future?
Either that or a base of operations for an alien invasion.
Why not both?
The comms channel to the command ship is cut off.
Of course.
Must be hiding somewhere beyond the horizon. Looks like about 35 minutes until the comms reconnect. But we don't have that long. Time to find another link.
Will this fix cut off the Kaiju's attacks?
It should be able to solve the problem at its core. However, we can't stop any commands that were already processed. That's out of my hands.
Which means we'll still have to deal with the Kaiju already generated. We don't know how many the factories have produced. If we could just verify their numbers. We're going to need the Sentinels after all.
Yes.
That may be best.
Ah, fuck. Look,
Operation Aegis is too much of a risk.
look at that fucking, like. Look at that. She's like, yes, according to Keikaku. Keikaku? Kikaku? Keikaku? I don't know how to pronounce plan in Japanese. All according to Cake. Look at that. She's like, yes. Fucking evil child spawn of Satan, bitch. You're a bad girl, you know that?
In other words, the decode's activation is a blow you cannot recover from. No matter how you try to fix it, your plan is irreversibly impacted.
Uh-huh.
The most direct fix would be eliminating the decode. Then, you would just restart the loop anew.
Right.
That would revert the situation back to the original plan.
But does she know that if we loop, shit's gonna get fucked anyway? Or maybe that's not the case.
Which is, in essence, your goal.
You're overthinking this.
Am I?
In order to trigger a loop, you need them to destroy all the sector's mainframes.
Right.
And therein lies your goal.
So she wants the kaiju to destroy the mainframe, which in order for them to do that, they have to get into a terminal.
You want this world destroyed so the timeline can be reset. But you have one major obstacle,
Us.
and that's Operation Aegis.
AKA us.
Aegis isn't just an ordinary defense system.
Are we actually going to like learn the truth about Operation Aegis here now?
It causes a terminal to seal itself off in self-defense, preventing anyone from using it to control the world. Once all the terminals are sealed off, we'll be severed from the mainframe, effectively preventing any further loop or extinction.
Well, at some point, I mean, you'll have 13 people with only 12 of them the possibility of reproducing. And so they each have 6 kids. Or they each will have, like, I don't know. But who knows what happens to the world, though. That's the thing.
But if that happens, your plan is null and void. We'd be stuck in a loop where your goal was impossible.
Well, it's not really a loop because you can't loop.
Fine then. Let's say all your wild speculation is correct. What do you plan to do about it?
Absolutely nothing.
Let's backtrack a little bit.
Ah, he's going to find out that she killed Morimura, isn't she?
We discussed the suspect of Miss Morimura's murder. And you asked me who I think did it.
It was you, child.
If you actually are Professor Chihiro Morimura, then I believe you personally murdered Miss Morimura.
Because Operation Aegis goes against your...
She was a staunch advocate of
thing.
Operation Aegis. A thorn in your side. Someone in the way of your reset.
An interesting theory, if also an incorrect one.
Bullshit's not.
Believe me, I understand why you'd view me with hostility. Certainly Renya Gouto was responsible for chasing you out of Newman. Even if it was on Shikishima's behalf. A buyer simply eliminating liabilities. After that, you took the lead on Project Arc. Under Kengo Ogata's oversight.
Okay. Gonna learn more about this
Kengo
motherfucker, aren't we?
Ogata, of course, being Nenji Ogata's father.
Right.
And Shikishima's chairman, who recognized your talent. He passed away in 2187. His age caught up with him. But
How old
the
was he?
other
Like
Kengo Ogata is
150?
perhaps more relevant. The one you created after his death using his memories.
Ah, the AI
An
one.
AI construct.
AI construct.
You were letting it control you.
I was just getting advice.
Okay.
Dug that out of a log too?
Yes. Renya Gouto found that AI. The log was recorded in the colony after your death. Once your clone reaches 18 years of age, you set it so that she'd download your memories. It's clear this project was not a selfish endeavor.
Okay.
I'm sure you felt a sense of duty to save humanity. But you were also trying to bring Kengo Ogata back to life. So Professor Morimura takes over Chihiro Morimura's clone. And
Okay.
presumably...
Okay, so when Iori becomes 18, she would then get Professor Morimura's memories. But then why didn't the Morimura from past loops, like why doesn't the old catsuit Morimura and teacher Morimura, why don't they have Professor Morimura's memories?
Kengo Ogata would take over Nenji Ogata's clone.
Okay. Makes sense.
That's why you're so intent on sticking to the plan. Certainly, from your perspective, Miss Morimura was expendable. She had to die. Her very survival endangered your ultimate goal.
Well, that is a shame. This isn't ideal, but you know too much. Goodbye.
Okay. All right. There we go. I was about to say we probably need to have everyone else at 100% first before we could do him. Also, did not mean to do that. When the 2188 Professor Chihiro Morimura memories were restored to Chihiro, she witnessed the destruction caused by the kaiju invasion and the extinct of the situation deviation from her original plan for Project Arc. Chihiro decides that for her plans to succeed, she'll need a fresh start with a new world, devoid of all these possibilities and variables. Although they are both Chihiro Morimura and her effects to enable Operation Aegis were obstacles to the original plan, so Chihiro kills her. Father of the 2188 Neji Ogata, as well as the chairman of Shikishima Group. He died in 2187, but he left behind a simulated AI construct of his personality. He is responsible for manipulating Professor Morimura and pressing Project Arc forward, planning to revive himself through the use of the interlocular and cloning technology on the new Earth. Yeah, okay. So yeah, he, I would say, is kind of our main antagonist here. Chihiro used her senior admin ID in the UFO's mainframe to stop the Ame facility from producing kaiju. Did she though? Did she? Did she really? Did she really though? Did she? Oh, wrong button. No, god damn it. Also called the command ship or mothership in orbit, Chihiro accessed this in order to stop the Ame facility's mass production of Daimos. Okay, maybe she did. Because they are like pointing it out in two different things here. Okay. So Kengo Ogata. Right. So that's what we saw. And then... Yep, I was right. Accessing the mothership. That was the scene that we saw after Natsuno. Proof of qualification. Okay. So we have yet to see this scene, which is probably... I have no idea. I mean, we're probably going to see... My guess is the next scene we're going to see is we're going to go back to the final battle. And we are going to see this scene as a flashback thing, in a way, which will be what happens after this. Wow, look at that sentence. Renya Gouto deduces Chihiro's motives and concludes that the person who killed Miss Morimura was Professor Chihiro Morimura, which is who Chihiro really is. Like, holy fuck. Show this to the sentence of the... let this be the first sentence that someone plays this game plays, and they'll be like, what the fuck? Okay, so we have one scene left before the final battle. And it's this thing. Okay. Alrighty. Time to wrap it up. Oh. Oh. Renya Gouto claimed that Chihiro is the one who murdered Miss Morimura. Chihiro aimed a gun at him. He knows too much. Listen, the first episode I called with him was called Mr. Know-It-All, so... Ah, here we go.
Initiating metaskill analysis. This shouldn't take too long.
Whoa.
I'll send you the data once it's ready.
Yep, I was right, so this is a continuation from this to here. Okay.
That would be great.
But I must say, this is a surprise. Okino-kun really managed to push this through? Integrating this half-coded thing into the control system?
Huh?
Thank you. No, well... Okino wanted to tell you that. Thank you.
Okino-kun said that?
He said the analysis wasn't complete yet. So he appreciates your help with all this.
Mom.
I see.
To look at you, anyone might think you are just a child. But you must be a truly exceptional individual. The message was Okino's, but I'd like you to know I'm grateful as well. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must return to the battle.
That boy. So he appreciates me, does he?
Aw. The mother getting appreciated by the child. Alright, here we go.
Well, that is a shame.
What a shame! What a shame! Okay, so we're actually getting both. We're actually getting a continuation from this, but now we're also getting a continuation from this.
This isn't ideal, but you know too much. Goodbye.
Ah!
You cannot shoot me with that gun.
Oh.
So anyone who knows the truth of Aegis is a liability to you.
Is it because of biometric IDs or something like that?
And liabilities must be dealt with. Does that sum it up? If Operation Aegis succeeds,
Okay.
if you recall, I specifically acquired this gun for your purposes. You had concerns about self-defense.
Oh. Yep, so it's still registered to him, right? So he can't be shot with it.
I can guess what happens next. Now you're going to use it to shoot me.
No.
Perhaps I wasn't clear. For safety reasons, neither one of us can be shot with this gun. I configured it very specifically.
Ah.
As I suspected,
Okay.
this gun records the time of its last discharge. And that time looks to be a near match for Miss Morimura's estimated time of death. Which suggests you used this gun to murder her. Now, on the day of the crime, you yourself were using the drone to keep tabs on Miss Morimura, weren't you?
Makes sense.
Based off of your expenses for that day, I presume you took a taxi to the crime scene.
How much do you have in that pocketbook?
A lot, actually. I'm gonna make this into a novel. A visual novel. Ha 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 ha.
Were you just playing dumb this whole time?
No. I was playing you as a fiddle.
When did you realize? What gave away that I was the professor and not her?
Everything. Kitaro Miura?
There was a specific moment. It was back when Miura found you here.
Okay.
You described Miura as an excellent design engineer.
Ah.
But the Miura of 2188 was the design engineer, not him.
Ah.
Did you dig that out of Renya Gouto's log too?
No. That I learned through Miura, the AI of Sentinel number 17. He also told me about the existence of the logs.
Okay. Okay.
So, what happens to me now?
You live.
If you're not killing me, I assume you're at least locking me up?
No, I don't really care.
Considering what you did to Miss Morimura, I'm admittedly conflicted. But giving into my emotional reaction wouldn't solve anything.
True that.
Vengeance isn't going to bring her back.
Vengeance!
So, with that in mind, I would rather choose the path that gets me closer to the truth.
Wouldn't you agree, player? I'm looking straight at you.
That is what I want now. To see what
I
lies
love
at the
how I
end
think-
of all this. To see what she never could.
I love to think that I think every single one of the people that we play as has a moment where they are looking at us as the player, be like, are you figuring this shit out? Granted, you should have figured everything out before this thing, because you need to 100% everyone in order to do this, so...
You told an obvious lie. You made it clear Jiro Izumi was not your cup of tea. Yet you and Izumi shared an intimate relationship in the year 2188.
Oh, lovely.
That was clear enough from all the evidence I found.
The child is blushing, first of all. Did y'all make a sex tape?
Even the placement seemed intentional. You and Izumi, together in Sector 1.
Which was the 2108, which is, we know that. Okay. Did y'all make a sex tape or a sex hologram, whatever you do in the future?
You died before you could set up the memory transplant. At that point, I can only assume, Izumi sympathized with you and helped carry out your vision. I can certainly understand Kengo Ogata's motive. He just wants to live again. But you, why are you so intent on transplanting your memory?
Because there has to be a leader.
Oh.
Without someone to guide them, teams dissolve into fear, spite, resentment. It'd be the colony all over again.
Well, that's what Gouto's gonna be. Gouto's gonna be the leader.
I see. As I suspected. Your devotion to this goal is inspiring in some ways. Are you a gambling woman?
Oh. The gambles.
I'd like to propose a bet. We'll leave the terminals alone for you. We won't let Aegis seal everything off. Your loop would still be viable.
And in exchange?
As it currently stands, it'd be impossible to revert to your original plan without some compromise.
Okay.
But consider this.
So, okay. It seems like maybe what he has planned for Miyuki Inaba. Maybe that's what they'll have, like, that's what the compromise is whatever he has planned with Inaba here. So he's like, we'll seal off all the terminals but one. And hopefully we just have to survive until then, type thing. Okay.
Even this final phase won't truly be the end. We'll have plenty of struggles beyond it. Plenty more pain ahead of us. If we can prove to you that we will overcome that. If we prove to you that we can face the unknown, then are we not worthy to take up your cause?
I said it before and I'll say it again. Gouto is the leader of this group.
Inheriting your goal and seeing it through.
Gouto is the leader of this ragtag group of misfits.
You make an interesting point.
We can solve this problem ourselves. So my proposal is this. Let us fight our war. No sabotage.
I started, I won't grab it, I'm gonna say sink this water
If
gate.
we fail, then I could hardly object to a reset anyway.
True, you'd be dead.
That's your bet? You don't stand a chance.
Well, I suppose we'll see about that.
Well, then you should take the bait. You should take the bet then. There's a saying, right? There's about something about bets. It's like, you're basically saying this is a fool's bet for me. It's like, why would I'm betting this even though you're saying the outcome will be impossible for me to achieve that I want. So you're saying this is a fool's bet, a fool's errand. One last gamble. Sup?
Aegis activated. Is anyone too compromised to keep fighting?
We've barely had a moment to breathe.
This starts right at the end of the last battle that we did.
The girls may be pushing their limits.
This happened right there.
Still okay. I can keep fighting.
There are 3 terminals remaining. We can protect 2 of them with Aegis. But we're on our own with the last terminal.
How much longer do we need to hold out?
We need to re-establish a connection with Miyuki Inaba. That's still 10 hours off.
10 hours we don't have.
But her plan is our last hope. Then we fight to the last, until we have nothing left.
The kaiju are heading for the next terminal.
Brace yourself, Keitaro. We are soldiers, and this is the moment we trained for.
The moment we train for!
Days. It doesn't matter. We'll hold the line. Let's go.
Yeah, okay, so going back to, like, we haven't seen everyone summon the Sentinel. We must have saw Gouto summoned his Sentinel during up here during the final battle part 1. I think that's the case.
Chihiro-san. You're listening, aren't you? If you're out there, please respond. Chihiro-san,
What is it now?
you know a way to link up with the command ship. One that doesn't rely on its position, don't you?
You're thinking of when I revised the decode.
Right now, we need that shortcut.
And this is where you reveal some new leverage over me. I can't wait to hear what log you found this time.
No. This time,
Hold on. So wait. You know a way to link up with the command ship. Okay. She revised the decode. So she can link up with the command ship without having to wait for that 10 hours. Okay.
I'm asking a favor.
You have to be joking. You do realize the position I'm already in?
I do. Even still, all I can do is beg. I just want us to have a chance.
This is the most idiotic... I lied to you, you know. Do you know which lie I'm talking about?
All of them. The gamble one.
Not this time.
When I said I wasn't going to like you. You're an infuriating man, Renya Gouto.
Chihiro-san.
It's weird hearing that she likes him, but she's a child, you know, children have crushes like that. Also, she has the mind of a however old Professor Chihiro Moimura type thing, so I don't know.
Ready? Everyone, listen to me. We can communicate with the command ship out of range. I'm realigning the 3 surveillance satellites to their relay positions. We should be connected soon. However, the satellites have to move outside their preset tracks. They'll enter the gravity well and plummet to Earth. Your connection will only last until they hit the surface. You'll barely have any time to do this. Am I clear?
So what do we gotta do?
Thank you.
Honestly, humans can be so irrational. Though, I guess, I might be the most irrational one here. If you actually manage to pull this off, then I expect you all to take responsibility.
Chihiro.
Good luck, big brother. Almost connected. This is your only chance.
She kind of like, I don't want to say 2 personalities, because she did say like her memories awakened, so she probably does have like the not eternal memories, but she probably has like, you know, the feelings about like him being the big brother, so that's kind of sweet.
Initiating communication.
Sup to the final battle. Alrighty. The final bet. And all stories cleared. Oh, wow. That's actually interesting that they show adult Izumi there. Okay, let's look at these mystery files. The Izumi of 2188 shared an intimate relationship with Professor Moimura. Since Moimura died before she could execute the memory transplant, Izumi carries out her plan of transplanting her memories as Professor Moimura into her clone Chihiro Moimura. Okay, so that was the 2188 timeline. The scar on Mira's forehead is the result of Tsukasa Okino's nanomachine adjustment, which restarts the Sentinels that stopped working due to the DD-426. Without losing his mind and suffering the effects of DD-426, Mira managed to endure the pain as the data necessary for starting up the Sentinels was complete. Once Okino realizes this, he installs a feature so that the data will spread to anyone who comes into contact with Mira. Okay. Makes sense. Somewhat. When Amaguchi was shot by Megumi Yakushiji up on the rooftop, it activates Sentinel number 20. Prior to this, Amaguchi had already came into contact with Kitaro Mira when he had to carry Mira back to his house after Neji Ogata's altercation at the shopping district. For that reason, Amaguchi was already affected by the force activation code for Sentinels that Tsukasa Okino abided into Mira. Okay, that makes sense. That's why his Sentinel was summoned, is because he was already into contact with Mira. Okay. While the Sentinels couldn't be activated due to the effects of DD-426, Okino got them operational again by creating a code that reconstructed the nanomachines to nullify the effects of DD-426. He then applied the code to Mira, Sentinel number 19, which led to the completion of the Sentinel activation data. Furthermore, he made it so that the completed data would spread to the other pilots as long as they came into contact with Mira. Okay. Okay. Still don't know who number 15 is. In 1945, DD-426 was successfully disabled thanks to Okino's nanomachine's reconstruction and Kitaro Mira's efforts. Still don't know who the 15th person is. At least it hasn't been officially, like, quote-unquote announced. Arriving at the truth. Sentimental. The last hope. The last game! So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 scenes left, guys. We have 10 scenes. So, here's the plan. Here's the motherfucking tea. That's actually a lot of them. A lot of them showed up in this thing. Sekigahara still has one scene left. Okay. I still said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one and all the way down, I feel like, are the epilogue. Well, actually, they all technically have to be epilogues now, shouldn't they? So these all take place after the final battle, my guess. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. There's nothing here. Not yet, anyway. Something might pop up, though. So, that does it for this part of Let's Play 13 Sentinels, guys. But in the next part, we go to battle with only 4 people. Okay. Ida's files. Ooh, okay. I'm looking forward to that. We'll do this battle, and then the next battle, and we'll see how long that is, and then whatever happens next determines if I keep going or if that'll be the end. It all depends. So the next episode could well be the finale of the game. Could very well be the finale of the game. Of this series. And yeah, it's bittersweet. In all honesty, it's bittersweet. But I'm looking forward to it. It's really fucking good. So let's determine who will be on my strike team now. Okay, so we'll have some high quads, but I can only have 4 people.
I'll fight.
Fujiyama, Shinonome, Gouto,
Allow me.
Nami.
Okay.
No. I could have one of each generation up there. But I also wouldn't mind having either Iori or Juro in there so I have another one with a sentry gun. Granted, the battle's probably not going... Oh, hey, it shows my BOL levels. Oh, so now I only get up to 499. Did that change by me, like, doing this shit? It does! Oh, okay. So me having their nano links up decrease the amount of brain overload. Okay, okay. Where is Gouto? Gouto is at 2, huh? Okay. That's fine. We're fine for now. So, Kurabe. I'm going to have him on the team because I want to see that new Plasma Arc Fusion Cutter. But anyway, guys, like I said, that's it for 13 Sentinels. Guys, we wrapped up the Remembrance stuff. Obviously, there's still going to be a lot more scenes to happen, as we saw. There's 10 left, so... But for now, this is the end of that. It's all going to be battles from now on. Well, not all of it. The next part for sure might be just all battles. It all depends. All depends on how these two fights go. The fight after this one will probably go on for a while because it's going to be a boss fight, so we'll see. There is 3 terminals left. They said there's 3 terminals left. So that means there's still going to be at least one more battle after this. So I can't wait to see what happens. So anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give that like button a click. Comment down below what you guys like about the video, didn't like about the video, and let me know. What do you guys think of Goto's last gamble that he sets up with Moimura? Honestly, I like that scene that happened at the end of his too. Like, his story was really good. His story definitely tied up some things too. And I'm glad that I played it how I played it. When it comes to Remembrance, portion, I'm glad at how I played it. I'll say this before, I said it before and I'll say it again. There's not really a right way to play that. There's not a right way to play this game. There's not a wrong way to play this game. The experience is going to be different no matter who or how you play it. And I like that. There's a I can't find the right word for it, but there's a melancholy. I don't think that's the right word, but there's just a feeling of like individualism when it comes to this game. And it's like you can play it however you want, and no experience will ever be the same. No experience will ever be the same. Like, I could give a recommendation. I'll say, like, no matter who you start playing as, play as them until they're locked. Even if you can unlock them, don't unlock them. Keep playing as someone else until they're all locked up, and keep... That would be my one recommendation is that. That would be my one recommendation when it comes to the Remembrance portion, is as soon as you're able to pick who you want to play as, start on someone and then keep playing as them until they're locked, stopped, play as someone else, they're locked, stop, keep playing as someone else, locked, stop, keep doing that until they're all locked, and you keep playing them in the same order. Like, I think that's fine too. Like, play them until they're locked and play them in the order that you played it as. Yeah, and you can do it how I did. You can do it as like, well, okay, it was Juro, then Fuyasaka, then Takatoshi, even though Takatoshi is locked for a majority of his stuff. Then it was Natsuno, then it was Megumi, and then it was Shu, and then A, and then of course the next person that I got locked was Yuki, and then it was Kitaro, and then it was Kisarage, and then Ryoko, and then Neji, and then Ogata, and then Gouto. So that was the order I played it in. Obviously, you can play it in whatever order you want. You can be like, oh, okay, we're done with the prologue. Oh, Sekigahara's was a very interesting story. Let's play him. Or Shukun's was an interesting story. We'll play as this. Actually, I think he's locked behind a battle first. So, and when it comes to the battles, I wouldn't recommend playing. I wouldn't recommend keep playing the battles for as long as you want. because they do kind of spoil like some things. Like I said, I think this, especially if you have Gouto on the team, because if Gouto loses enough health, Chihiro Morimura pops up in his thing. So you don't want that to happen before you actually see Chihiro Morimura. Granted, I think that did happen, and granted, it didn't really take away from my experience, but still, like, what the fuck? But I digress. Play however you want is my one recommendation, but I'll give the recommendation of play the first person you play as them until they're locked, and then keep going until they're all locked, then start unlocking them, and keep going that same order. That's my one recommendation, but anyway. So yeah, the Remembered stuff was good. I can't wait to see how this game wraps up. So thank you all for watching once again. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the Remembered. Whose story were you the most curious about when it came to the Remembrance? Obviously, I was curious about all of them, and I freaking loved Mira's story. Mira's story was so good. They're all good. They're all good stories. Again, my one issue with Takemiya's was I learned all the stuff that she learned through other stories. So it wasn't like a whole, oh, cool, she had a big reveal type thing. The one big reveal she probably had was, okay, 426 was still inside the Tomokurabe android. And the Tomokurabe was that person. So the Erika Aiba pretended to be Erika Aiba, which when you saw the scene with Natsuno, and if you kept playing as Natsuno, you would be like, you're not Erika Aiba. You're Tomokurabe android. So I digress. Again, that's the whole individualism that this game has, is the way I played it. Yuki Takemiya's story didn't really reveal much to me, but someone else could play it in a big way where her story reveals more. Like her story is the one that reveals these things to her, so to you or whatever. So yeah. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching once again. I'll see you guys next time.